So you can wait like for a good camera, for a microphone, but you just have to start. So I started on this course, and after that I walked over 300 kilometers in Cambodia from north to south. I slept in temples without any money, like this type of content. Yeah. Then I moved to Bangkok. Yeah. I arrived there with $9. I spent them on the first night. My hostel was booked and 10 days without any money. So I showed people how to find free water and free food.
Yeah. I wanted to get into some volunteering gigs while I'm in Vietnam.
Yeah. You can also be a volunteer here.
Yeah. I need to reach out and figure out how. I think doing service to the community is very important.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite country you've traveled so far?
Hard to say. Probably India. Probably.
India?
Yeah.
India? Oh, where in India?
Everywhere.
Oh yeah, north, south?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been on Himalayas and Goa.
Wow.
Yeah, I spent around a year there.
I have a friend in Toronto right now who's looking to plan a trip to Sri Lanka first and then India and then maybe somewhere else in Southeast Asia as well. Maybe a Bangkok, maybe a Malaysia, Vietnam.
Are you from Toronto?
No, USA. Louisiana.
Okay. Cowboys. You have cowboys in Louisiana.
Cowboys, yes. You know your stuff. I could not believe how affordable this accommodation, this hostel is. It is mind-boggling. I only planned 2 nights so far, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to stay there. Where else in Vietnam have you been?
Nha Trang, do you know Nha Trang?
Nha Trang?
Yes.
Yeah. Is Nha Trang north of here?
South, 150 kilometers down to the sea.
Oh, see.
Yeah. Saigon. Maybe that's it.
Yeah. Saigon is maybe a bit too overstimulating and loud, I think, for me personally. I have to get out of the city life and be more connected with nature, I think.
Yeah.
After, let's see, I have a list where I would like to travel. Let's see. So I have Da Nang, Cham, and Hoi An.
Okay.
My list of places I think I want to visit. Okay. I have maybe 3 weeks left in Vietnam.
Where do you go after?
Shanghai.
Shanghai.
China.
Yeah, I spent 3 years in China.
What?
Yeah, man. I love it.
Rule, city, everything, or where in China?
Beijing and Shenzhen.
Oh, Shenzhen?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
6 months in Beijing, 2.5 years in Shenzhen.
Beijing is more of the political capital, or is it
Official capital.
Okay. How would you describe Beijing life?
Oh. I love that there are 4 seasons.
Yeah. Oh yes.
That is nice. It is healthy.
3 years. 3 years in China.
Yeah.
Oh. What were you doing?
Teaching English.
Teaching English.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. If you are not planning to go back to the US, you can also do it easily.
No, I don't ever want to go back to the States.
Same for me, yeah.
Like if I can establish a life in Asia somewhere, I think that would be ideal. Honestly. There's too much taking place in the world right now, politically, economically, wars going on.
Yeah.
It's, it can be psychologically draining.
Yes. It's better to be far from these countries.
Agreed.
I try to be as far as I can from Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Iran, far, as far as I can.
So what is it like teaching English? Are you with young children? Or
Different. I had different, like from 3 to 60. private
360.
classes, kindergarten, teenagers, any age. But it was a long time. It was before coronavirus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I left China because of coronavirus.
Oh, the whole controversy behind all of where the virus is stemming from, and
No, actually, I went to India for the Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
After I left, after 1 or 2 days, coronavirus. All borders are blocked. I couldn't go back to China. My girlfriend stayed in China. My passport, all my life, all my things. I wasn't just for vacation to India, so I had to go back to Russia.
India, from what I know, is a very diverse, even ethnically and culturally diverse country. And similar to China, I almost consider it like a subcontinent. You have 1 billion people in one country. It's insane.
Yes, you will be loved. You will be loved.
What about the just adapting to the way of life? It's so much different, I imagine. Was it easy, or did it take you a little bit of time to get used to it?
No, my level of comfort is too low.
The thing about these DJIs is you need a large SD card. Yes, this one only holds 64 gigabytes.
Okay.
It's good for maybe a few hours of footage, maybe 2 hours of footage or so. Not very much. It's like you're constantly having to transfer onto the computer. Not ideal.
So Osmo Free is also okay. I don't need to buy a 4 years.
Very good. I don't think there's not much reason to upgrade, I don't think. Especially if you already have. Maybe wait until the next generation where there's more notable upgrades, I think. I was also looking into the drones.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how the rules and policies are with flying in foreign countries.
Yeah.
So it's a bit weird. Do you have plans for today already? Or?
I didn't sleep
Yeah.
last night,
Yeah.
so probably I will stay because I don't enjoy being out if I'm sleeping.
Right.
But I'm going to open a bank account.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Vietnamese?
Yeah.
Oh.
And if I can open a card, also would be nice. Because in Thailand, ATM has swallowed my card. Yeah. So they opened it and they couldn't find it. They say just, oh, I'm sorry. So I have no card. Yeah. So I use different services. I use crypto.
Crypto?
Yeah.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
You're one of the first person I know that has any knowledge or is interested in crypto. So, is it very big or used back home
Yes.
in Russia?
Yes.
Stable coins or Bitcoin, Ethereum, or just the stable?
I use just stables.
Yeah.
That's it.
The thing that concerns me about crypto nowadays is the Trump administration is getting, their foot into the industry.
Yeah.
And so people are, thinking that it might cause for some corruption or things of that nature.
Do they want to take taxes or what? How? Or they want to control?
Yeah. His entire family, his wife, his kids, they're all involved in the crypto world, and lots of manipulation in the markets, I think. And it's a very new industry, only 15, 16 years old or so.
Right.
And so I think that it hasn't fully developed yet. I think that there's great potential for these types of technologies and tools. You know, we're moving into a world where paper cash is becoming, how do you say, the novel way, and I think we need to step more into digital transactions just for efficiency and just proof of security. You know, everything is on the blockchain and it's verifiable. You know, and so you can pretty much track all of the transactions, all of the trade that's happening, and I think that's a way to secure people's trust, you know, if used the right way. But it depends on who is at the forefront of these technologies, you know. Bitcoin is supposed to be a store of value, you know. Only 21 million Bitcoin ever in circulation. And so people use it to store their hard-earned cash. You know, at one point it was the most appreciated asset of all time, going from a few pennies back in 2008, 2009, at the peak of the financial crisis, and it's now reached, you know, over 120,000 a few months ago. But of course, it's very volatile, and so that can scare some people away from using it, I guess. But you know, I think that the people that were originally invested in the currency itself saw it as not necessarily a means of transaction where people are daily transacting with Bitcoin, but I still think it has that possibility at some point because of the fact that it is extremely divisible. You know, you have 100 million Satoshis in one Bitcoin. So you look at Satoshis as if it's like pennies, where you can transact on the smallest level, but you can also be sending up to $1 billion in a matter of minutes. You know, and so I think that's extremely useful and should not be overlooked. You know, and it's not something like gold where it's hard to transport and hard to store, physical gold. You know, all of these factors about Bitcoin that make it valuable, I think. You know, the supply and demand aspect of it. What else? It's a trustless system. You don't have to rely on any government intermediaries or any banking systems, you know. And obviously its origins stemmed from, you know, maybe not the best practices, given that it was used in black markets and things of that nature. People transacting to trade drugs and, you know, how do you say, all types of different paraphernalia and things of that nature. But the idea of it, I think, is very powerful. And I think that's where it gained a large community from, is people saw this way in which they don't need another person's intervention to be able to use. And you can send money globally. You can send someone money thousands of miles away, and they can still receive it in a matter of minutes, you know, and have access to something that you cannot recreate and print away. How do I say? It has an inherent value, sort of backed into technology, you know, as opposed to dollars, the fiat currency, where sovereign nations and governments will print these paper dollars by the trillions, and that is what is causing inflation to rise at higher prices. If you have an asset that is a limited supply, it actually has some sort of value, and so that's how I look at the entire crypto space, so to speak. It's very intriguing to me. As are stable coins, if you have if you live in a country where your currency is subject to, how do you say, hyperinflation or something like that, where your dollar is being printed away. A common example that I use is Zimbabwe, where they had a $1 trillion bill, and the government just was not regulating their native currency. The Zimbabwe currency is non-existent now, because their economy could not sustain that level of hyperinflation. And so I think that Bitcoin offers a solution to some of these problems that the traditional fiat world has struggled with over time. And I think that's really important. I mean, its market cap is $2 trillion, which is the value of all Bitcoin in existence today, which is gone from nothing to 2 trillion in a little over a decade, which is mind-boggling. So it's really cool stuff. And I mean, there's so many different cryptocurrencies out there, and people have the free will to create their own currency, and obviously there's debates about how this would be regulated, with people creating meme coins and all of these different types of coins, and what type of utility they will actually serve, what type of purpose they will serve in the real world. But I think that the newer generation will be the ones to take on these types of technologies and be using them in the future. I'm a graduate in finance, so these types of conversations spark my interest. I mean, there's so many details about Bitcoin that I'm sure I'm missing. Even the fact that it originated during the financial crisis of 2008, when banking systems crashed, the entire economy, not just in the U.S. but globally, was going through a time of major hardship, and an anonymous figure came out and released this sort of means of transaction to the public. I think is very significant based on the timing in which it happened, and the code behind all of it, the math behind Bitcoin itself is truly it's even hard for me to conceptualize, honestly. I mean, if you had invested back 15 years ago, you'd be, extremely wealthy today, just by believing in this different form of ways in which the financial system can work. It's awesome, and it's cool to see that its impact globally is increasing. People can have these stable coins and not have to worry about their money or their cash, their money depreciating over time. You can have something that is pegged to the dollar 1-to-1, and you don't have to worry about it being affected by inflation as much, I guess you could say. if you're in a foreign nation, where that's something that you're constantly dealing with, you know. It's something I want to bring more exposure to, because people hear about Bitcoin, they hear about crypto, the first thing that comes to their mind typically is that it's a scam, lots of controversy behind it, but they don't actually understand it as a technology, and as a tool in this modern economy, I don't see a world in which 10, 20, 30 years from now, people are going to be transacting with physical paper dollars anymore, just based off the fact that, your money will be printed away. That's not a question, that's a fact. It will be printed away, And so, you think about the fact that you mentioned COVID. Since COVID, the dollar has lost maybe 90% of its purchasing power, which is insane, You can buy 90% less with $1 5 years ago, than you can today, which is, it's insane. It's like, what are we working for, this physical paper that doesn't actually hold any real, and that's what you're exchanging your time and your energy, and that's what you're working for,
Madness.
It's madness, man. That's why people consider Bitcoin the digital gold, because you don't have to worry about transporting, tons of physical gold bars. You can do it all instantaneously, digitally now. I think gold is something, gold, silver, copper, all of these precious metals also hold inherent value, because there's a supply and demand aspect of it, where there's only a certain amount of gold and silver that will exist on this planet. Although it is infinite in the universe, so to speak, we haven't discovered all of the ways in which we can acquire these metals.
Нет. Садись пока, можешь подождать где-нибудь.
Yeah, I mean, a single ounce of gold now is maybe $4,000 US, whereas a year ago it was maybe 3,000 or so. So that appreciation is just based on the fact that this is something that has a finite supply on Earth, not in the universe, so to speak, but on Earth. You can only mine so much, and that's why there's a race globally. You see China, you see all of these nations, you see everywhere, Japan, Taiwan, it doesn't matter. Everywhere is fighting to try and acquire as much of these precious metals, because they know that they hold legitimate value rather than a fiat dollar, And if you're looking to, how do you say, if you're looking to preserve your wealth, these are the things you need to be invested in, because the level of government intervention with fiat can be so manipulated and manufactured to the point where it can ruin an entire generation. And it's partially why the U.S. took us off of the gold standard. Before, like 1970, you could exchange your dollars in exchange for gold notes or gold bars, and that's no longer a thing anymore, because these governments recognize that they're trying to weaponize these assets, these real legitimate stores of value, I think, and it's sort of like an if you know sort of thing, where a lot of people are not aware that their money is depreciating not even on a yearly and annual basis, but every single day that goes by, your dollar becomes less valuable. And so your purchasing power is depreciating. Your actual output in society, your output that you're going to work, you're spending all of these hours, and you're able to purchase less with it. That just, and it's designed that way. It's designed that way purposefully, so that people cannot create freedom for themselves. Really, like that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's extremely sad. But education is something that has become increasingly weaponized. So the more that you know, the better off that you will be, I think. That's just the way that I live. Life is, trying to acquire as much knowledge as possible, and be as open-minded as possible, and open to different ways of life, different cultures, and just be an explorer. Part. I think humans were designed to be exploring creatures, and not just bound to one single career, one single occupation or job their entire lives. That's not how we were. That's not how life was intended for us as humans. One of my goals is to create a sort of finance-related, informative platform in which I can help bring exposure to these types of things and help people preserve their energy and time, because that's really what it is our physical dollars are really our time, and our energy, and it's cruel. I think that the world would be better off if we reverted to a world in which bartering was still a thing, and people were trading their skill sets, in exchange for food, accommodation. You know how to build houses. Okay, I can trade you, my skill set of knowing how to cook, that sort of thing. And we're so far detached from that way of living, to where everything is based on profitization and, being able to add a margin on whatever it is and be able to capitalize off of someone else's work and their labor and their output. And that's what America represents at its core, is capitalism and consumerism. And it's just the outsource of these different skill sets from developing nations, and taking it and essentially just marking up the price, or creating their own way of capitalizing. You feel sort of helpless, as just a sole individual when you're going up against these entire national governments, but still being able to have these interactions and speak with people like yourself, I think is extremely powerful, truly. And I'm glad that you stopped me for this conversation, and we've had the time to connect, and I've been able to learn even a lot about you in this short period of time. I think that I live for these types of interactions, these moments in life. I think it's beautiful. What type of work were you doing before you left Russia?
Different, as you said. Right. You're meant to do different and try different things. So I tried a lot.
That's good.
Yeah. I changed my universities 3 times.
Really?
Yeah. So first I studied cybersecurity in Siberia. Then I moved to St. Petersburg to study world economy. Yeah.
Very good.
Then I moved to Finland to study industrial management, and I spent 5 years in Finland. Yeah. Then I moved to India. I worked there for 6 months. I was typing subtitles for a Chinese company, for movies, for educational business. And after that I moved to China, back to Russia, back to China, coronavirus, and some other countries. Yeah. And from the period in Russia, from 2020, I started to work online.
Oh yes.
So I started in customer service. Yeah, and then grow. But you know, man, I moved to Asia in November. It was my vacation. The vacation is over. I was on Phangan, Thailand, like it's paradise. I could work just for a week. Then I said, that's all for me. Yeah, sorry. I can't do it anymore. I can't spend time in front of the screen all day. It's killing me literally.
It's draining.
Yeah.
Just being able to have that flexibility to work abroad and on your computer, I think is a huge blessing that we shouldn't take for granted. But you know, I think that you should be free to pursue your passions and be able to create a living off of that, whatever that means to you. You know, whether it's creative, helping people out, serving the community, whatever it is. I think you should be able to create that lifestyle for yourself.
No other way. Life is too short.
Is going to university in Europe, is it expensive?
It was for free.
For free?
Yeah.
Well, that's a huge blessing. I think that there's so many benefits in Europe that we don't really have back home. Healthcare, education, that is not necessarily prioritized by the government. These things are all profit-based. How can we squeeze as much money from the working class as possible? The university I went to cost $70,000 US per year. And if I was not blessed enough to have received a number of different scholarships, attending college would not have been an option. I just don't think it's, based on the job market today, the economy, the global economy, it's like there's little to no job security anymore, and job loyalty is sort of non-existent. These corporations and these companies see us as highly replaceable, and so they essentially just look at us as a number. It's like you can be swapped out at any given moment for someone that offers the same level of expertise. And there's no real value in the type of work that we produce nowadays, I don't think. And it's extremely sad, we're in an entire era of these nations trying to push this AI agenda, but we've survived thousands of years as a human species without the need for AI, and they're trying to sort of come up with this narrative that AI is going to, make everything more efficient, make our lives better, so to speak. When in reality, it's really stripping us of our livelihood and taking our jobs, and people feel a lack of purpose, a true lack of purpose. And I think that artificial intelligence, AI, I think that it does have positive implications in the world. I think that it can be used to discover new findings medically, economically, in all types of ways, but the way in which it is being implemented extremely disruptive to humanity. A whole generation of people that no longer want to work anymore. They don't feel like there's any legitimate reason to do so, aside from being able to provide for themselves. And I mean, it's crazy. It's part of the reason why I did not go straight into the workforce after graduating this past May. I decided I would do some traveling abroad because I'm not sure if I will get this type of opportunity, years down the line, 10 years from now, and have the means to be able to do so. So it's a very prevalent topic and discussion in today's world, I think. And you're seeing a lot of the youth, people like ourselves that are, have lots of critiques of AI and how it will be used in the future. I mean, we have our first trillionaire, Elon Musk. $1 trillion for a single person. It just does not make sense. It just, how can that even be possible? And when you start thinking about a person having $1 trillion of wealth, that's when you start thinking about the fact that this whole concept and idea of money is completely fake and it's completely manufactured. It's like you have individuals out here, a significant portion of the world that lives in poverty, and a single person that can hold on to that much wealth just doesn't make sense to me. And all of the billionaires in the world, they're not actually looking to make the world a better place. In fact, they're looking to, escape the planet. That's why we have all these agendas of trying to explore space and go colonize Mars and all of these different things. It's like how I view this, that they're planning on leaving the world behind, to, the majority of people that live here that actually are living below their means. It's incredibly sad. I mean, it opens your mind to all of the loopholes in this world and ways in which, there's this shadow, this sort of shadow economy or shadow government that's pretty much running the world that we don't even really understand completely. We don't even really get to see a lot of these faces, but they control the majority of the wealth that's circulating around the world. It's like, from an ethical standpoint, it's like, I just question, how can you live with yourself knowing that billions of people around the world lack, basic necessities, water, food, shelter, all of these things. Traveling, I think, is one of I think it's the single best thing that you can spend your money on, personally. I think that it's a true eye-opener, and really, it shows you the cultural differences and the ways in which people live around the world, that can be completely different from your standard of living back home. That is quite beautiful to me. We have almost nearly 8 billion people on this planet. On a planet that you look out and there's an abundance of resources, enough to provide for everyone, if the policies in place allowed for it. equal distribution of resources, things of that nature. But it really like, it all stems down to politics. It all stems down to who is in power, who is creating these systems, you know, and it's deeply rooted in history, you know, hundreds, thousands of years of history. You know, colonization, I should say. You know, and you know, all these different human-made constructs. You know, and we're forced to abide by them. You know, forced. Although you can live a remote life where you actually don't have to participate in the systems that have been put in place, but it's extremely difficult to escape that way of life, you know, especially when you've been so accustomed to it for your entire life. And I come from a place where, you know, there's extreme luxury and privilege, you know, and I think that it should not be taken for granted the type of lifestyle that I've been able to live for my 22 years of life thus far. Being able to share moments with other people, be able to try to learn from other people, and hopefully inspire others, motivate others, and gain motivation from others, I think is really the direction that the world needs to head in. We have the wrong people in power, I think. You know, my president back home is 80 years old, and he's, you know, there's like this whole agenda of like trying to push this this movement of essentially being able to live forever, you know, and be able to acquire the different medicines to be able to expand their lifespan, to be in power for as long as possible. I mean, even in China, I mean, he essentially imposed a new policy that hadn't taken place for maybe multiple decades. I want to say nearly a century, to where now there's no term limit. He can run until he passes. You know, and beforehand, I believe it was 3 or 4 years per president, or I'm not sure what they're, not prime minister, but maybe a president or something like that. But before the term limits were 3 years, and now, you know, Trump is trying to push the same sort of thing where he's been, you know, he's publicly stated that he wants to run a third term, and so it's like if we allow for these types of things to take place, you don't know what can happen after that. I mean, I don't think anyone that is that old, per se, should be in power anymore. You know, I think they're too far detached from the modern civilization, the modern world, and the ways in which things actually work nowadays. You know, this is someone that was born in the 50s or the 40s, you know, and so they have a completely different perspective on life. But obviously, these are all just my opinions, but I think that many people, I think, would agree with some of the things that I would have to say, for sure. But it's definitely good to see younger politicians coming into power, you know, people that are more involved with the well-being of the community and the general population, rather than, you know, just perpetuating this small group of wealth, you know, this small group of exclusion is really what it is. It's the 1% versus the rest of the world, you know. That's why you hear like people with different types of sentiment saying no billionaire should exist, you know, things like that. And some of these ideologies I actually believe in, you know, just based on the fact that, you know, to my point earlier, you have a large percentage of the world that really has had no other experience other than living in poverty, you know, and that goes generations back. That's their entire lineage, you know. It's crazy stuff, man.
It's so sad.
Universities should be, I think it should be free. I think school should be free, but obviously if you're a government trying to capitalize on your population, you're going to try to weaponize these tools, because education is knowledge, you know. The more that people are awakened, the more that people understand the systems and understand the history, the more that they're going to be opposed to, you know, the types of policies that are in place. I've been considering going back to school to get my master's in economics, but only if I can do so where my education is being, you know, essentially completely funded. I don't see myself pouring thousands of dollars into these institutions when it's really just a game at this point for them. How can we control as much of the knowledge that circulates the world as possible? And even just shifting the history, you know. A lot of the history that's taught in these schooling systems has been, you know, it's been fragmented over time. It's been completely warped to where you don't actually know what the real history is, I guess you could say. I'm so thankful to be, you know, traveling around Asia. I think it's a blessing that I will never take for granted. I just wish everyone had the opportunity to be able to leave their home country and be able to explore the world. I think that's, you know, this world does not belong to anyone. We are all products of the earth. For you know, nations and governments to be, you know, fighting over land and things of that nature. It's all like an ego thing, I think. Who can control as much power as possible, really. It's like we all bleed the same, you know, we are all human beings, and I think everyone deserves the freedom to be able to explore this earth, without having to worry about if they can afford to do so or not.
Yeah, I sleep like 2 hours maybe. It's like 1 month, like half of my day is like,
I'm sure I just went on a crazy long tangent, and you know, I'm the type of person that's like, once I get started with these types of combos, I just can't stop. I feel like it's extremely important, and I feel like more people need to be having these types of deeper conversations rather than just the typical surface level, you know. At the same time, you have to be able to enjoy your life, and there's a lot of stress that comes with, you know, having these conversations and, you know, having to worry about, you know, the type of impact that you can have on government to feel so small in the grand scheme of things. All you can do is really just try to be as best of a person as you possibly can. There's no reason to try and stress yourself to death, trying to control things that are out of your power, I guess you could say. At least that's how I look at it.
Maybe let's spend the time. If we do Mario, maybe. Yeah, okay.
So you switched majors 3 times, is that right? Wow. I was originally a business management major, and I realized that it was not serving me. And so I decided to switch to finance after my second year. I thought that it could be applicable to a number of different things, you know, even just studying business in general. But I find economics to be something that is very interesting to me. And that's what I'm considering getting my master's in.
Where's like close shop?
I'm curious, what was your college experience like? Like, what was that like for you? You said you finished in 5 years or no? Or 4 years?
Oh yeah, 4.5.
4.5 years. And you ended up graduating with?
I did not graduate.
Did not graduate, no.
Man, because I couldn't live in Finland anymore. I lived in a small town, and in these years, you know, I'm 36. It was a long time ago, like 15 years ago. Yeah, life in Russia was better than life in Finland for sure. Yeah, so I had no reason to stay in Finland. I knew I won't live here, so I wanted to change it to something completely different. To leave my college and go to India. I couldn't stand it. Same with work.
Yeah, she told me yesterday actually. It was so hard. I just think
I hope to get the chance to travel to as many countries as possible. That's the goal. It's a real eye-opener for sure, to say the least. I've met so many people with different backgrounds, different stories of their upbringings that completely diverge from my own experience growing up. And I feel like just being able to connect based on our differences is really cool, honestly. Do you have plans for after Vietnam yet? Or are you looking to reside here long term? Or?
I want to stabilize my life here in Dalate.
Don't blame you.
Yeah, to have a pillow behind me, you know, all these nice things what adults has to do.
Right.
Yeah, I'm still a teenager, you know.
Right.
Yeah, the things I do, like.
That's how you should be. We should not be forced to grow up so fast.
Yeah.
And you see the youth in places like Vietnam, for example. The kids start working so young. You know, it's insane. Props to them. You know. Hostels only, I think I'm paying $1.50 per night.
Correct. Yeah.
I could not believe it. I thought I was getting scammed at first. I thought it was all just like I couldn't believe it. Like oh my gosh, I have to come see it for myself. And now I'm here, I'm like, I don't ever want to leave. I only have a 30-day visa in Vietnam, but I'm hoping to, after China, I'm hoping to come back for another 90 days and then maybe extend it from there.
And when do you go to China exactly?
July 20th or July 15th.
July. Yeah.
I'm only there for 10 days.
Yeah.
Because that's the amount that I can stay without requiring a visa. And I wasn't exactly sure how the visas work in China. I'm sure I would need some type of work visa or student visa to be able to stay longer term.
Yeah. I don't know how does it work now.
I was gonna say China is so vast, and it's like I mean the way in which it's been able to develop as a nation in the past 30 years or so. You have cities like Shenzhen, like cities of the future, incredible infrastructure, extremely efficient, you know, and making it easier for their large and increasing population to live comfortably, you know. Obviously, each country deals with its own issues. You can't, you know, no place on earth is entirely perfect. There's problems with each place that you will visit, especially when you look to live there long term, but you know, you can appreciate some of the benefits that they have in certain places of the world, some of the luxuries in different forms, rather than just strictly materialistic. What I found in my journey throughout Asia is that there's a great pride and community and family in these places, and that's something that I really appreciate. We don't have much of that back home in the States, or I think that it's dying. You know, the social life, everything is so disconnected to where people are constantly on their phones. You know, social interactions are at a premium, so to speak, to where, you know, in-person conversations and discussions are almost like an afterthought, I guess you could say. That's not the way it should be. It's a product of the digital world that we are living in, you know. And it's similar to the internet age in the early 2000s when, you know, the World Wide Web was coming about and social media became a thing, Facebook, all of these things, you know. You just have to learn to adapt to the new ways of life, I think. But in the most peaceful way possible, I think. You can't sacrifice your own well-being in exchange for living in a system that you don't actually enjoy living in.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I love it out here, honestly. I love Vietnam. I love Thailand. Beautiful countries. Such kind people. Extremely hospitable. Nothing but smiles. And even in situations in which they may not have as much, so to speak, or they may not have came from, you know, the type of life that I'm accustomed to living in, but they're still happy and content with life. I think it's extremely important, and that just goes to show that money is not everything, you know. You know, everything in this world is temporary. You know, we have to be at terms with the fact that our existence on this planet is only for so long. You know, can't take any of this with us to the grave. So you have to live in the moment. You have to appreciate the little things. I'm like even blown away that I'm here right now. You know, still trying to take it in. Just be as present as possible. Can't take any of this for granted because I don't know how long my journey in Asia will last. Hopefully for as long as possible, but only time will tell.
Yeah, this Sunday.
Is your family in Russia right now?
Yes.
How's that dynamic, being away from your family?
You know, I don't live in Russia, let's say, for 15 years, but this trip is the first time when I really miss them. I feel that I really love them, and I want to see them first time.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope they will come to visit me.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Is it, are they distracted with work? Is it a matter of being able to afford, being able to travel? Or is it just being bound to the country that they live in? What would you say? Would you be able to convince them to, you know, make trips to come see you? Or
I'm sure they will come. Yeah. Yeah.
Where is it?
do you come from a big family or fairly small?
You know, I have just a brother.
Okay.
Yeah. But I have too many cousins, around 20 maybe. Yeah.
And they all seem like siblings to you?
Oh, you know, they live in different places. They live in Belarus. You know, I'm half Belarus and half there is a republic in Russia. They have own language or culture. Yeah, the Turks. You know Turks? It's like Turkish, Kazakhs, this kind of. Yeah. So I'm not Russian at all, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wasn't born in Russia. I just have a Russian passport.
Oh, wow.
I was born in Belarus. Yeah, and I love Belarus. I love it.
Hopefully I get the chance to come visit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I think
You know, it's a hidden gem of Europe.
Yeah.
No one knows about it.
wait. I want to think about other people actually. Do you not think by yourself? Like, yeah. Well,
How's it been managing finances? I know you said that it hasn't really been much of a priority for you now, and you're creating a different style of life for yourself. How's that been? You know, just having streams of income, or just being able to provide for yourself and stuff like that.
Yeah, actually, sometimes like.
Мы еще общаться будем. Ты спешишь куда-то, что такое? Сори. Нет?
Долго вы будете общаться?
Не знаю. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, I'm lucky. I have an apartment in Minsk, Belarus. So, $500 each month I can get. It is enough, for sure, for Dalate, for Chiang Mai.
Oh yes.
Yeah. But I'm looking for the ways, of course. Yeah. I'm creating my content agency,
Oh yeah.
online business. Yeah.
How long have you been making content for?
From March.
From March. Oh, super. I think it's important to have some sort of digital platform to be able to share your experience to different people that don't understand what it's like to come from where you're from. You know, to be able to have that exposure.
you know, I'm an American soldier, by the way. You see?
Yeah.
You see?
Special forces.
Special forces.
Oh.
Yeah.
I bought it for fun in Cambodia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How long in Cambodia?
I've been there for a month.
1 month.
Yeah, so 10 days, a meditation course, and I walked for 2 weeks. Yeah. You know, traveling by walking is insane. I tried for the first time, now I want to do it in Korea. To walk from Seoul to Busan. It takes 600 kilometers. The roads are well equipped, and they also have a bicycle road on the parallel line of the highway. Yeah.
I'm thinking South Korea may be somewhere that I'm looking to visit. Perhaps after China, I have to travel to a country that is not where I came from, which is Vietnam. So I have to exit the country in a different country. I guess that's based on their policies. So maybe, I don't know, I have a few places in mind: Taiwan, Japan. I mean, you have all these neighboring countries that are fairly accessible via flight. You know, fairly cheap flights, maybe a few hundred, $200. I think it's totally worth it. I'm not sure exactly where yet. We shall see.
It's fine, no stress.
I would love to travel to Europe if it weren't so expensive in certain places. I know that the railways and the train systems make it so that you can travel in between countries fairly easily. It's nice. We don't really have much of that back home in the States. The transportation is very disconnected.
I think like you want to follow like slowly, good after, but like you'll find like yeah. And I was like, this was not like 2 weeks crash.
I took a bus ride from a sleeper bus from Hoshimin. It's about 6 hours. I left at midnight. Got here around 6:30 a.m. But I don't think I can check into the hostel until maybe 2 p.m. So I'm like, I have to meet some friends, explore the hostel, find my way around. How has it been meeting people who have been in this hostel?
You know, I don't really meet people. I like to be by myself. I don't like to be in a group.
I feel that.
Okay.
You can eat here, right?
Yeah, later. You know, yesterday they served avocado ice cream for free.
Really?
Yeah, so they melt and blend avocado. They have an avocado garden, their own avocado garden. Yeah, they melt it, they put a coconut ice cream on the top. You mix it.
Sounds delicious.
You have to try it. It's a popular in Dalate, by the way. Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's a field called Dalate.
So many diverse plants and animals here. I'm just obsessed with the nature, honestly. It's like different types of trees that I've never seen before, ever. Footage that I need to explore.
Yeah.
lighting is quite bad. I must have to change this.
How long it was like this, man?
Maybe 2 minutes or so.
Okay.
Not long. Not
Never
long.
checked. Okay. Man, look. What the fuck?
What does it say? How long is that?
Over
an hour. Wow. Oh my god. The editing process with the videos can take quite a while, but I like to keep them fairly raw,
Yeah.
fairly natural.
Yeah. You know, for me, to write the subtitles for this conversation will be quite long.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but I'm happy that I do it here.
Are your videos usually about an hour? Or are they shorter form or
Yeah, I guess the maximum was 40 minutes.
40 minutes?
Yeah. Usually it's around 10 or 20 minutes. I try to post every day
Oh wow.
to be consistent. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think even the reels and how do you say
Shorts?
yeah, shorts on YouTube I think are maybe another way to reach a different type of audience.
Yes, correct, man. Yes. I don't know how to edit shorts. I will learn it, and I want to learn how to do it as quick as possible. Because after every long video, I can post 3 shorts also with a link to my original video. You know, I have made 10 shorts like in couple minutes using AI.
Yeah.
It was so stupid. They got over 1,000 views
What?
each,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I got 2 more subscribers
Yeah.
doing nothing.
What AI platform or program are you using?
For this, I use opus.com.
Opus.com. Yes, I think I know. It's a good way to reach younger audience as well. You know, the attention spans of people are depreciating, declining, to where it's harder to hold people's attention, I'm finding. So you have to find different ways to reel them in. If they see a quick snippet of the video, they're like, okay, this is interesting, I'm intrigued, now I want to see more, you know? And they have access to the full version where they can see the long form. I think it's good. Honestly, I want to post on all platforms, but it's just so time consuming. I have probably 5-6 hours of footage I still need to go through. Shots from Thailand that I still have not even looked at. But the best thing is just getting the content out there for people to see. Even if it isn't completely polished, I think that it's okay. There's no worries. You know, people will receive the message regardless. You know. You have to be able to monetize yourself in some way. You know, if you can monetize your image or, you know, yourself as a digital platform, I think it's important, you know, for people from all over. You can make a living for yourself off of doing so. In some cases, high paying, very high paying. All it takes is the consistency, dedication. Just like, it's a commitment. Do you have any, or I should say, what country would you like to visit the most if you could, if you had the chance to? If finances was not something you were worried about?
I get it. States?
States? Yeah. I agree. I think for someone that's never been to the U.S., I think it can be very, very interesting. I mean, each state is nearly its own region, its own sub-region, where all 50 states are completely different. You know, different culture, different history, different dialects, way of speaking. Yeah. It's a melting pot in the States for sure. You see people of all different kinds of backgrounds. I think that maybe people's priorities are in the wrong places, you know. But as you age, you know, you have to consider different things. Different things become more valuable to you. Just prioritizing the things that you love, I think, is important. Making sure you still have hobbies, interests in your daily life. You know, nowadays, I feel like everyone is so distracted with work. The work-life balance in the U.S. is not like it is in Europe, where you know. Vacation or holiday is it's an afterthought. You know, people are. It's like maybe I will get the time this year, but if not, it's fine. I will have to continue working until I can get the free time to do so. You know, folks working in the same position for 40, 50, 60 years. With very little fulfillment, not feeling fulfilled in life.
Do you guys want spring rolls? I kept these they're really good.
Oh, I'm good. I have tried it.
The rest, I kept these
Thank you, sir. Aside from the U.S., any other places in mind?
Australia.
Australia. I met a few people from Australia on Boeing in Hoshimin. One of them was from Melbourne, Australia. I was surprised to see so many people from Australia.
Yeah.
Gotten a chance to explore this neighborhood at all? Walk around a bit, or is it mainly in this hostel?
I walked around the town, but I've never been out of the town in the mountains. Unfortunately, I don't drive a bike. I never tried. Yeah.
I tried in Thailand. I had a friend in my condo that I was staying with who he offered to let me ride his bike. But because of the language barrier, the instructions that he gave me were not very transparent. I don't think I received them as well. And I ended up busting my ass. I got like a little scar right here and right here as well. A few other places. Ended up having to get my tetanus shot first time, because back home I'm not used to getting vaccines. In my household, it's like taboo, forbidden vaccines. Partially because of politics and the controversy behind the pharmaceutical industry, and even the side effects of some of these vaccines, and not knowing necessarily what they're putting in some of these drugs. It's my first time, and I think I have to get a second shot on July 6th, second dosage. The healthcare system in Thailand is so good. I ended up only paying maybe 15 US for the entire checkup and the procedure as well. Very good. It's like, okay, this is not that bad. COVID, it was a whole big thing as well. They were trying to push, everyone needs a COVID vaccine to pretty much enter into any public space and even attend school, university. So much so to the point where my parents ended up getting like these fake vaccine cards. It's like this whole big thing. COVID is like the whole. It feels like a blip in my mind, honestly. The fact that we're 6 years removed from COVID, it doesn't feel real. I mean, I feel like the time has just flown by since then, honestly. It's like we spent maybe 1-2 years under quarantine? I'm not sure for you, but pretty much the public was back open, I guess, maybe 2022, where you didn't have to wear the masks and things were more accessible. But I had friends in high school that did not have a legitimate graduation. Everything was digital through Zoom, and like having all their classes online. It's insane. And honestly, the impact that it had on even some folks my age, our development, from like a biological standpoint, is crazy. That's what being in the home for 2 years straight can do to you, People are not being as active, people are not working out as much, glued to your phones, less social interactions. I think the implications of COVID is extremely significant. It makes sense that it's a once in a lifetime sort of thing. It was a crazy time to be alive. Especially not being able to leave or travel, being limited to seeing your family if they're abroad or whatever the case may be. It's like, I hope we don't have to experience something like that anytime soon. Let's pray. I remember more recently there were scares of like the Hanta virus or something like that. Maybe that was just some short-term sort of thing. I haven't really heard much about it more recently.
I put finger in his mouth.
Even the fact that some of these viruses can be bio-manufactured, There's a whole controversy about, where did the coronavirus actually stem from, Was it government made? No. Yeah. how a narrative can be painted, to try to diminish a certain group of people or race. It's like, what can you do about it? How fast this virus was spreading, uncontrollable. Honestly, medicine, I think, is quite fascinating. Types of developments that are taking place in the world right now. It's like, can you imagine a world in which we are sort of intertwined with technology, or there's a certain term for it where humans reach a state in which they're chips and all types of things implemented in the human body for survival purposes, extending the lifespan. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, hard to express my thoughts after long speeches. Do you get? Yeah.
Lots to think about.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can find out. Transhumanism sort of thing? Artificial extensions that replace or enhance motor, sensory, or cognitive modalities. I'm thinking of like this company that Elon created, Neuralink, which is like the chips that have been implanted in people's brains and things like that for impairment or disability purposes to help restore those functions. It's insane. I mean, we're living in this like transitional stage, where everything is becoming digital. It's hard to escape. Just being part of the natural world feels so valuable. Connected.
I'm sorry for whatever I caused. Before the day I knew I was lost, and now you're my baby. So take my hand, see.
Quite good, honestly.
Yes.
You okay?
I don't eat meat.
Oh no. Are you vegetarian or vegan or?
I eat fish. So I don't eat meat for 15 years, and a few years ago I started with fish and eggs. Yeah, but meat still no.
Kind of pescatarian, sort of.
Yeah, call it whatever. Yeah, I just feel what is good for me. Yeah.
I'm sure you can notice in your mood and your energy. Have you been able to notice any differences? Giving up meat?
It was a long time ago, I can say.
right now you're so far immersed in that way of life where it just feels natural. Was there a particular reason you gave it up? The meat, or?
Yeah, you know, I started to learn about like healthy lifestyle, even immortality. What can we do about it?
Yes.
Yeah, and I tried it for a month. I said, it's fine. Let's keep going. Yes.
I love that. Do you have a favorite type of fish?
It's a very good fish. Yeah.
For me, it would be salmon, because that's what I'm used to.
Yeah, but rich salmon, like smoked salmon, salted salmon.
Smoked salmon, good. Maybe the way in which it's prepared. Is that what you're saying? I'm not sure, honestly. I was gonna say like Atlantic salmon. I love fish though as well. Cod, catfish, snapper, redfish. It's a lot.
You know, this is why I started with fish, because I love sushi.
Oh yes. That's a good point.
Yeah. You know, I did some vegan sushi. No.
So you're okay with raw fish?
Yeah. Actually, I eat raw fish mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, in Dalate, I found down the road there is a nice place. They cook a soup with a fish from the Dalate lake. Yeah. You know, in Russia, it's the most expensive fish. Yeah. Here it's just 50K per bowl. Also, they do fish sashimi in this restaurant.
Yeah?
It's also like 70K.
That's not bad. Wow.
Yeah, I love the place. Yeah.
Sashimi is very, very good. So then you would love Japan.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's the only country in Asia I need a visa.
Really?
And to get this visa, I need to go back to Russia, and there are no other way. Yeah. And
Is it
I'm not
lots
going.
of paperwork?
I have to be in Russia to get the visa, but it's easy to get. But I just need to be there.
How much would a flight back to Russia be roughly? Do you know?
Man, if you're lucky, it can be even 200 for
Really?
direct flight. If like you catch it. Normally it's $300-400, and you do one stop, usually in China or back time in Dubai, for example. Yeah.
I was thinking maybe in the thousands, but a few hundred is very good.
Yeah.
I had my layover in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
I had 2 layovers coming to Thailand, one in New York City and then one in Abu Dhabi. It was a 2-day travel. I left on May 19th and landed in Thailand the 21st. Very tiring. But it was the most affordable option. I'll do it. Flying on planes can be very draining, especially in long flights. I was thankful enough that the flight from Thailand to Vietnam is only 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. That's nothing compared to a 13-hour flight.
Love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide.
Are you close with your brothers?
Yeah. Actually, in November we arrived together with my brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he spent a month with me on the Panggang. Then we went to Yichang for 2 or 3 days, and from Yichang had a direct flight to Russia, like for this $200.
Wow.
It was a charter flight. You could catch it. Yeah, and you know, the direct flight not even to Moscow or St. Petersburg, to big city, to a not so big city and very close to the place where he stays. So also like
That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Are there lots of train systems in Russia?
Yeah, it's very well. You know this Trans-Siberian?
Trans-Siberian.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
So you can spend around 10 days on a train.
Wow.
Yeah.
All throughout Russia.
Yeah. Even man, you can take a train from Beijing to Moscow.
Really?
What?
I did not know that.
Yeah. It's one of
And
my
how long
dreams.
is that?
Not sure. It has to be around 10 days.
Sure, it's well worth it. All the scenery that you pass by as you go. What did you think of Beijing as well?
I love Beijing.
Yeah.
Yes. I love the weather.
I'm sorry?
Weather. Climate.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because in winter it's winter.
Right.
It's snowing. And it's cold. Of course. It's the north of China. Yeah, it's close to Russia.
Was it your favorite city in China?
I've been just in Beijing and Shenzhen. Of course, I had some 1-2 days in some other cities. Also, there is a city Tsingtao. I also love it. It's on the northwest. In the past, it was a German town. They have a German architecture. They have a very good beer culture.
Yeah.
They brew this Tsingtao beer. Yeah. And people there, they walk on the streets with a plastic bag and beer there and with a straw.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I love this place. Yeah. Tsingtao is super nice.
How do I spell?
T-S-I-N-T. O. But it's not correct, but something like this.
Ah.
Tsingtao.
German sing how flat.
Right. Interesting. Yes.
If I ain't got you, baby, don't know what's
German Qingdao from Dao base of World War I by Japan and the UK. Oh, I see. So this is like its historical name. Second largest brewery in China. Wow. And so you've been to Germany?
Yeah.
How long?
A day.
A day.
I had a train to Amsterdam.
Oh wow. And Amsterdam is somewhere I would love to visit.
Of course.
The Netherlands, yeah? I think you can find almost everything in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Whatever it is you like.
Yes.
I know the coffee there is very good as well.
I don't know.
Are you a coffee drinker at all?
Yeah.
No?
Not a drinker addict.
Oh, yeah.
Have you tried the coffee here?
No, not yet.
Man,
Is it good?
just never try the second cup, please. You won't feel good. It will hit you.
Really? No second?
You can, for fun. Yeah. If you want to change your mind, you can do it. It will affect you. Here also they get a special coffee, mocha coffee from some local farms. Yeah.
All sourced locally. I didn't drink much coffee until I came to Thailand. And of course, Thailand and Vietnam, it's heavy of culture. So many cafes, everyone drinks coffee. Like I have to immerse myself in that way of life.
If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch
So are you the youngest, oldest, middle?
I'm the oldest, so I'm 36. My brother turned 33 yesterday. Yeah.
Happy belated. You guys are very close in age.
Yes. Is it spicy?
No,
Just
just
ketchup.
ketchup. No.
Do you like spicy food? Yeah.
Where I'm from, New Orleans.
Oh, Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne, yes.
He's my
know.
man.
Yeah.
Man, the best rapper alive. Of course.
Best rapper.
Yeah.
You get it, my friend. So one of the oldest cities in America.
Yeah, I know.
If you ever come to the States, you have to come.
Yes, of course.
It's a very. This is our French Quarter.
I know. I watched many videos. Yeah, I would love to visit.
I'm sure you would love Mardi Gras.
What's it?
Mardi Gras is our festival. Once a year in February to March. Lots of parades, and we have the
So like in Rio. Yeah, I know.
right. Non-stop. Streets are flooded with people, parades, they're throwing things, all types of stuff. It's a great time, honestly.
You know, the real reason why I came to the Asia in November. Me and my brother, we came for the festival, Rolling Cloud, you know?
No.
You know Rolling Cloud, no?
No.
The biggest hip-hop festival. So,
Oh yes, Rolling Loud.
Rolling Cloud, yeah. We bought the tickets, so the lineup wasn't announced. And then they cancelled it. You know, I hope to see Lil Wayne at least, and other guys. Me and my brother, like, they are fans. And in Russia, they will never come. So, this is why we came to Thailand. We planned it ahead. But then they cancelled it and we, okay, whatever.
When was this supposed to be?
Sorry?
What month was this?
November. Yeah.
No notice. They didn't give you any notice. What? Did you get a refund?
Yeah. Because
I'm sure it took some weeks or months. Yeah.
yeah, the year before there were all stars.
Say again?
A year before on the festival, they were all like top rappers.
Right.
Top. Excluding maybe Drake. All other, and Kanye. Yeah. All other you could see them.
That would have been insane. So where in Thailand?
Pattaya.
Pattaya.
Pattaya. Yeah.
I've heard very good things about Pattaya. I wish I would have explored more cities in Thailand. Man. All the islands, Koh Samui, Koh Tao, Pattaya, Ayutthaya, Phuket. And they have everything, honestly, in Thailand. It's just a bit more expensive than Vietnam. And it's growing so fast, so they have to, I mean, it's a very large tourist economy as well, so they have to keep prices rising. Chiang Mai, I felt like I could live in Chiang Mai, honestly. So many temples, I probably went to 3 temples, lots of waterfalls, right near the mountains as well. It was so beautiful. And so much cheaper than Bangkok as well. It felt like maybe a third of the price, or if not half the price, for grabs, bites, food, accommodation, everything. I wish I could get a DTV 5-year visa in Thailand, but you need maybe 500,000 baht or 17,000 US proof of income, which is it's a bit up there. But for 5 years, I guess it's very well worth it. And now they're reducing the visas. Before, I believe you could stay 60 days, and now it's only 30 days, and you can renew it, I think. But I think one of the reasons is because apparently they're seeing that tourists just don't have the funds when they reach Thailand to actually be able to afford living there long term. And so it made it a bit more difficult for people to become residents. It's beautiful. There's a lot of vices in Bangkok, more specifically. Lots of prostitution, lots of nightlife and drug culture to a certain extent, but people are so beautiful, so kind. They call Bangkok the New York of Southeast Asia nowadays, which I think is well warranted, for sure. For me, it was a bit much, honestly. I couldn't stay there for too long without getting overwhelmed by the noise and the hustle and bustle and just overstimulating. So it's hard to focus walking around.
Banana.
No, thank you.
I'm okay. Okay. Thanks.
You mind if I have a cigarette? Yeah.
Okay. I will get.
be the best, maybe the best hostel I've stayed in. What's been your favorite thing you've done in Vietnam so far? I'm sure it's extremely hard to say.
Yes, hard to say. Maybe water fasting for 5 days.
Wow!
Here in this hostel, by the way. Yeah. You know, I had a challenge. So for a week, I walked minimum 50k steps. After that, I was fasting for 5 days. Yeah,
Just test on your body, your endurance.
I do it always.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very good for you. My DJ always runs out of stories when I'm having the best conversation. I always miss the best moment. I need to plan better. You saw my computer right now. The desktop page would just be filled with videos on my screen.
Ja, ik ben Singapore.
Maybe I have someone on.
Oh, maybe you were there's like one video. It's like there's just one that went all. That was all set one and
Myanmar who invited me in their house. Just ended up, they go to this university in Notaburi. And I just ended up becoming family with them essentially. They brought me into their house, we made dinner, had some very nice conversations. I was like, I have to record as much of this as possible. Still have not gotten the chance to look at any of these clips, really. It was a very good time.
Now I can drink.
Honestly, riding the bikes has been such a fun adrenaline rush for me. I've gotten addicted to riding on the back of these bikes. The thrill of it is just so much fun, honestly. Like I could get used to this every time. Even with the scars, I'll take it. Like it was very well worth it. I don't know if I'll be riding a bike myself soon. I think apparently I need an international driver's license. They're quite strict about it over here, but in Thailand, not much regulation. People driving illegally, no helmets, everything. From what I know, they're quite cheap to rent for a day.
Do you want to try coffee? Yeah, I'll buy for you. Yes, yes.
Are you
yes.
sure?
Yes, yes. Chill.
Just passes by.
You know, I love the coffee here. So even I asked the owner where he gets it.
Yeah.
He got me 1.5 kilo and I sent it to Russia.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Your family can try?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. Do you have a favorite kind?
This one. Yeah, Robusta.
Robusta?
Yeah.
Oh, see.
Because in Vietnam it's Robusta, you know, it's lasts longer and it has more coffee than you can imagine. Yeah.
I need something to wake me up a bit. How much is it anyways? Just curious.
30.
30?
Yeah, here. Usually in town 20-25 per cup.
I will have to treat you for dinner, essentially.
Yeah, we can go to this fish place I told
Yes,
you.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Trying to fix my diet and start eating a bit healthier. But honestly, it's very easy in Vietnam. Everything is so clean. Tastes so fresh. A lot better than in Thailand, I think. Less fried food.